So today I'm so excited that Will is here.
I'm back.
If you don't know, Will's my husband. We're actually celebrating 17 years married this week on Saturday. So it's pretty awesome. And I felt like there's a lot of things that keep coming up with you guys. And I think that his perspective is going to be gold today. So I really want you to lean in, open.
No pressure.
Yeah. No, I know. It's going to be so great from hearing from you, Teddy.
Okay.
Because when Will and I first started, people don't realize, right before I met you, I was going with the flow and finding myself in this endless cycle of relationships and situationships that never really went anywhere. And so it's not like you just like swept right into my life and, oh my gosh, like my Prince Charming found me. It wasn't like that. And so I want to speak to that today because how we dated back then it's timeless. Like what that gold is will help you today. And so, when I found you that night, when we met, I wasn't looking for him. And I want you guys to be like hearing this, okay? Because a lot of you are like, I want to find my person. I was not on the prowl the night that I met him. And how about you?
Having fun dancing, right?
Yeah, I was just out having fun, listening to live music. Like I absolutely loved the place that I was at. It was a new place. I just happened to walk in. It was a Cuban band. So I'm Cuban. And so I was really appreciative of it. Were you that night looking for love or your person or your wife?
Looking for love in all the wrong places.
Babe, seriously. Oh my God.
No. I was just out with some friends in the Brickell area.
Yeah. By the way, it's downtown Miami. And I had just moved in that night. Like literally that day I just moved in. Okay. And honestly, a huge part of that, listen to that, is that I was living in South Miami. My dad was like, Jackie, you're never going to meet someone of substance. And where you
not a diss to the South Miami.
Yeah, I know a lot of maybe you're listening. You're like, hey, what the hell's wrong with South Miami? But I was going to a very popular bar. Actually, still exists. It's still good, called Bougainvillea. And I was partying Bougainvillea, and my dad would see this, and he's like, Jackie, these men, it's like no good. You should go to Brickell, downtown, professionals. Anyway, I really believe the universe and God, whatever you want to call it, is always trying to help you. I really felt like my parents were kind of like little angels on my shoulder trying to help me. And so I paid attention. I was like, you know what? Maybe my dad has a point. And so I moved. I really moved. And the night that I moved in, I was like, oh, let me call my best friends. We'll hang out and go out. I wasn't like, let's see if my dad's right. Am I going to meet someone of substance? I did not think that way. I just knew I had already created my method of dating where I got clear on what I want and made sure not to waste time on the wrong people. That was the only thing. Okay. So that night you went out, Teddy, for real. Had you ever gone there? Because at that time it was called, what was it? Transit Lounge?
Transit Lounge. Yes.
Yeah. And so now it's called Blackbird.
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Okay. Been there for a few times. When you went out, were you like on the prowl looking or?
No, I just broken up like a month prior, and I was just hanging out with some friends, and we would go out, every weekend and different places, hang out, dance, or drink or whatever.
Okay, so in that past month that you had just gotten out of a breakup, were you like going out and like hooking up with random people, like one night stands?
No.
You guys, I've never even asked them this. I'm using this podcast to like no.
Suddenly got really hot in here. No. I was just going out, just kind of getting out there, not to even like look for someone to date or anything, just to go out and have a good time.
Right. Okay. Awesome. And that relationship you were with, that girl that you had just broken up, it was a long-term thing, right? Like 10 months?
It was like 10 months.
10 months. So that's a long thing. You guys keep that in mind because everyone kind of always feels like, oh, if I just got out of something, should I wait like a certain amount of time? And I'm always telling them it's not about timing. It's about alignment, like Abraham Hicks always says. And do you agree with that? Do you feel like you and the ex, maybe you saw it didn't work out?
Right.
You didn't need time to heal. Like you felt like you were good.
Yeah, exactly. It was just a mutual breakup. So it was fairly clean.
Fairly clean. Okay. Are you holding out on us or something? Okay. And actually, what I discovered that side note, you guys. But on our first date, I did ask him, like, oh my gosh, you just got out of something. Are you like still kind of getting over that? I didn't. Do you remember me asking you
Yes.
that?
Yeah.
And that's important for you guys to keep in mind too, as you're like connecting with people. Don't
Make sure that
assume.
they're available.
Yeah, make sure they're emotionally available, but don't assume. I do think sometimes people are like, "Oh, you just got out of something, forget it." They're just looking for a
Right.
rebound, and so like that's not good either. I don't want you to do that. Okay, so back to that night that I saw that we met. Okay, you're not on the prowl. You're not looking for your wife.
Right.
But wait a second, didn't you and your ex break up because she never wanted to get married?
That's what. Yeah, that was one of the issues. But yeah, she didn't want to go down the road of marriage.
Did you want to marry her? Oh my gosh.
Not that I wanted to marry her. I knew that I was gonna get married one day. Like my parents were long term marriage, forever marriage. My grandparents were forever marriage. So it was like in my head, it's like, oh, one day I will find my wife and be married forever. So that was just my story that I had written. I wasn't looking for that person, but I think I might have found them.
I think we're celebrating 17.
It's only 17 years,
17 years married, Teddy. No, but I love you guys. Keep that in mind. Oh, this is so much gold, Teddy. I love that people are hearing from you and your perspective, because when I have my clients swiping and connecting with people, and even though my clients are being intentional and I'm teaching them, and the people that are listening now to the podcast, they're trying to navigate dating with a very like, okay, be intentional, right? You had this intention for like the big part of your life, like
Right.
the big picture. You're like, I want to find my wife one day. That doesn't mean you're navigating your dating life with intention.
100% was not out there saying, okay, I'm gonna find the person that aligns with me and that'll be my wife. And no.
No, you weren't.
I wasn't.
Yeah, and you guys should know this, because if you come across someone that isn't as intentional as you are, that doesn't mean they are not the right person.
Right.
Like
but it was available, just not just for a relationship, but available emotionally too.
Yeah.
And I knew I wanted that down the road, so
exactly.
I was very open to it. But I wasn't.
But and that's, I think that like that's basically what I keep seeing, with my clients that are connecting right over and over on the apps or in real life. The guy would say something like, well, I do want to get married, but I'm not looking for it right now, or like I don't like, they don't want to come off like that's my goal and I will settle for anything that and I agree with that. I don't think you should be like, I'm going to settle for anybody just who wants to get married.
Yeah.
But you have to be patient, because I knew early on with you, I was like, you made it after one date with you. You made it. You're the only guy that made it past 1 hour after I developed my dating method. No one made it past 1 hour. You're the first guy to make it past 1 hour. And I was like, oh my gosh, this guy, like, I felt like the energy was amazing. Like, oh my gosh, this is so aligned. Our first date went for 10 hours. And so like, did you feel like, oh my gosh, so much clarity, or what did you think?
I thought, wow, it's a lot there.
No, but babe, no, because I feel like
I felt like, oh my God, there's a real solid connection, a lot of potential here for the future.
Yeah, and I think that I saw it early on that you were totally aligned, because I had a list. I had that clarity. I did, I have my degree in psychology. I know how to feel out and communicate with people. So to me, I had it clear as day. But you needed more time to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that I want you guys, if you're listening here, lean into this and hear me out. Be patient. Like, I had to be patient with Will. I'm like, he needed a little bit more time to like, know for 100% like, this is the girl that I want to be with, like, and commit to, right? Am I right to say that?
100%.
And I wasn't like, oh, he doesn't get it, like, he's still talking to other people, he doesn't want to like be my boyfriend, so bye. I didn't do that. I was like, oh, he needs more time to see what I see, because I saw it so clear. I was like, and I knew
you're smarter than me, so
of course no, but I do think, that being said, you guys, you were so always showing up for me. You were dating me. Like, you made effort. You were really consistent. Like, it's not like, oh, I liked him, it was an amazing first date, and then like you vanished and then you got your shit together. Like it was like you were very consistently showing up. Actually, on that note, like you didn't we dated 4 months before you were like finally like get me off the market and asked to be my, on Christmas you did that, remember?
That's right. It's almost Christmas.
But like between the time that I met you September 1st, and then until December 25th, like what had to happen for you to like, oh shit, like I want this girl to be my girlfriend?
You should have given me homework. I didn't know I was going to get this question.
No, but hello, this is good. People need to hear this.
I don't know. It was probably the fact that you were very intentional. Like you just said, you had your list, you had your intent of, I'm going to meet someone. If they meet the list, boom, I'm going to go down that path. If not, that's it. See you later. Go on to the next. Like you were very, structured.
Yeah.
I was not. I was like, hey, I'm out of that last relationship. I'm not looking for anything necessarily solid or whatever, but I'm not open to it because I do want to get married one day. And I don't know, what was I, 26 or something at the time?
No, you're 27, right? I met you in 06. So I'm 25, you're 27. Yeah.
So again, it wasn't like I was looking, but I was like, oh, I do know that I want something like that, as my my life. And so as I started putting two and two together, I'm like, okay.
Wait, what did so you started?
Well, I was also a little scared. I had come out of a 6-year relationship prior to that 10-year relationship. So it was like
10 month, not 10 year. What the hell?
There's something I need to tell you. No, 10 month. So yeah, I had, been a serial long-term relationship person, and I didn't want to fall into that again with another wrong person. So I was maybe a little weary of that. And
oh, I love that. That's good. This is really important. So you had a little fear because you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, fear or just, I guess it's fear of not choosing poorly again.
But see, this is where it's interesting. What made you finally take that leap? Like, because when I tell, the women I work with, right, and even guys, like, to be fearless, but the reason why you're fearless this time around is because you're dating with intention. You got clarity. You feel worthy of an amazing love. You have unwavering faith that it exists, and then you have a clear list that makes you very consciously aware of these qualities that you're looking for, right? And so I'm like, be fearless because you have a new way to navigate dating.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, didn't have that.
No.
Not that method. So what made you feel confident and like, okay, this time it's going to be different?
Well, part of it is you're taking a risk. I mean, you got to say, well, if I never take that leap of faith, then I'll never find that person and get married. So you do have to take a little bit of a leap of faith there. But, I do remember not having a formal list, but kind of going through a checklist in my mind, like, oh, wow, she checks all these boxes that I
want to know what your boxes. Wait, I want to know what your boxes.
That's a whole other episode.
No.
That's part 2.
Yeah, because the boxes are important. I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, tall and whatever, and all these things that are superficial. Like, no, but you tell me, did you have superficial shit too?
Well, I wanted to be attracted to the person.
Okay, no, 100%. Chemistry.
Yes.
Chemistry was super important.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, anything else? Anything, that's all. That was all, the only thing on your list.
She had to be 5'4".
No, I'm not even 5'4", babe. I'm 5'3".
17 years later, I find this out.
Get out of here. No. Okay, what else?
No, I think in my head it was just like, oh my God, we have so much fun together. We laugh together. We like all the same, we would just sit and watch the same show together, whatever,
The
Office.
Yeah.
And, we just had so many common interests and just spending time together without needing to do anything. We could just spend all day just doing nothing, talking, and laughing. And so that's like a big part of it.
I love that. Didn't you feel like you could be yourself?
Yes.
I felt like from like the beginning, you were so funny and weird and cute. And I was like, oh my God, you're such a dork. I love it. Like, I felt like I could be quirky and weird. I felt like I could be myself.
Yes.
Can you share? Remember the time you did the Bobby's voice? That was the cutest. Can you do it? Maybe no one's gonna think this is cute, but I thought it was the cutest thing in the world, and I said, "Stop! I'm gonna like marry this guy." No, I don't know if you guys know there's a cartoon called Bobby's World, and
Yeah,
it was
like a
really
thousand
cute.
years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago. It was just so cute though, and he made this voice, and I was like, "Shut up! He's so cute." I'm Bobby. People are like, "What the fuck is that?"
I think you just lost half your subscribers right now.
But what I felt like I loved is that you didn't care about what
Right.
people thought. You're being yourself. And at the end of the day, you guys, all of us are freaking weird. And I thought it was just so fun just to be like how you were. We just clicked. We were like best friends, you know, and you have chemistry. So finally, you got your shit together and you're like, let me ask her to be, you know, my girlfriend, right?
Go steady.
Yeah. But like you then proposed 6 months after that.
Right. I think I went through the same sort of thing, like 6 months later, or you know, less than 6 months later, where it's like, okay, what am I doing? I'm what am I doing? I'm dating this beautiful person that, you know, again checks all these things. Like, what more would I be looking for? And I decided, like, that's it. I'm not looking for, you know, like maybe you're in a relationship where you're like, oh my gosh, this person is amazing, but they just don't do this, or they don't hit this mark, and then maybe that'll change it, and you kind of like, yeah, 9 out of 10, so I stick with it. This was like, okay, everything's 10 out of 10, I'll check. So why are we not just going to the next step? Why are we not going to the next level?
So cute.
So that's my logical.
That was so not romantic.
That's why I didn't tell you about that.
This was just like so logical.
I broke out my engineering pad and I started sketching.
You know, he went to MIT. This is why, you know, you're like very whatever methodical. I know, but you know what? I feel like I love that you did that and you felt really sure. You surprised me when you proposed, but like back it up just to make sure that everyone here heard a few gold nuggets in here. As you guys are connecting with people and it's like the holiday season, however you're feeling, I feel like the biggest thing to keep in mind, you don't need to look, you don't need to be on the prowl, but you do always need to be creating space to, like, you know, attract the right person. And so like the night that I met you, I was really feeling so happy on my own with my friends. And when a guy came to ask me to dance, who I had known before and had tried dating before and didn't work out, I said no, because I was like, I already knew it was buying my time. I say that to my clients, I say to you guys, you know this, don't waste time on them, move them out of the way so you have space to receive the right partner. And that literally I met Will, he came and asked me to dance 2-3 minutes after that. And I feel like, would you have asked me to dance if I was dancing with that first guy?
I would have shoved that guy out of the way.
No, you would not have. You're so not that guy. No, really, would you have?
No.
Of course not. You're like super respectful.
Yeah,
you're a respectful guy. He would never have done that. So like keep that in mind as you're navigating your life. Like not even dating life, just your life. Even if you're thinking, I'm never going to date, I just got out of some bullshit, you're still going to date. You're going to find yourself in something. Look what happened to Will. He had got out of a 6-year relationship, then a 10-month relationship, and now he's 1 month single, and then he finds me. You really don't know when your path is going to cross your person's path. Right. So just look around you and be like, is that person you're talking to, like even talking to, worth your time? Like be intentional AF. Like I feel like that's my biggest advice, talking to you and hearing it. The reason why we're celebrating 17 years married together is that I stopped wasting time on the wrong people. Yeah. And what do you think for you too? Like, I don't know, like what was the biggest thing for you? Why do you think that our paths crossed? Why do you think that we met that night?
Why did we meet?
Like what is it? For me, I knew that I moved people out of the way. Like if someone
I think it was because I was just being open to, you know, getting out there, out of the house, going, you know, being out in the, you know, downtown Miami, and you know what I mean? Not just being stuck in your house like, oh, I just broke up, I'm going to sit here and eat ice cream and drink beer or something. I don't know.
That's true. I'm glad that you still were like open to connecting with people. Okay, awesome. But like in that month, did you ever have people like talk to you and you were like, no, I'm not really feeling them? Or were you completely flying solo? Like no connection at all?
I know I didn't like I know I like dance with people, but I never got to the point where like I had a number and got went on a date or something. Like, loser. No, no, like I just never connected with anybody. Past like a bar or a dance club.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm saying this is after your breakup.
Yeah.
Yeah, because before your breakups, like, you had told me that you had dated a lot of, you would go up to people, ask them to dance.
Yeah, well, I did that in that month after, but it was just, hey, dance, okay, boom. And like at the end of the night, it's like, oh, okay, all right. It wasn't feeling it, or it was just, nothing was there. So
yeah. When you say nothing was there, like I really want to know this. When you say nothing was there, is it like chemistry?
Yeah,
is
it chemistry? Like,
yeah.
You sometimes people you'd be talking to them, or you be talking. Yeah, I'm trying to gather my thoughts here. Give me a break. It's Bobby here. I'm just a kid.
Okay, babe, this is going too far.
It's going south.
It's going too far. Okay.
Yeah, like sometimes you're talking to people or you're dancing with somebody, and it's like, yeah, just they're being boring. They're not paying attention. There's nothing of interest, no commonality. So it's like, bye, see you later.
Yes. And so this time with me, you felt like there was chemistry.
Yeah.
We had fun. I remember, you guys understand, that first time I met you, we, our eyes met. I smiled at you. We were both smiling at each other.
I gave smiling.
Yeah. And then I gave you a second smile. That's a clear green light, right?
Yep.
You came up and asked me to dance. And like, I feel like immediately I was like, oh, what a cutie. That's what I felt like. You're such a cutie. And we were talking, and you told me about, you went to school at MIT. You showed me your little beaver ring. I was like, oh my God, he's so smart. Like, I felt like these were all good things. I had dated dumb people and like losers. And I was like, oh, he has his shit together. Like, this is all very attractive. You know what I mean? So you felt chemistry.
Oh yeah.
And this is why you asked for my number?
100%.
You're so cute. And that's even after I rejected you when you tried kissing me?
That's right.
Yeah, you guys, you don't understand. He's so nasty. You're trying to... We were dancing and you tried to kiss me on my lips, and I gave you my cheek. What was that about? So dirty. Were you drunk?
No.
Is that your move? Is that what you do usually?
Yeah, most Miami girls will just kiss you back.
Babe, really? Miami's going to be pissed. Do not say that. Most Miami girls do not do that, by the way. Babe.
Okay, let's vote down in the comments. Let's hear it.
Teddy, no, seriously.
Yeah.
Is that your move? Like, you usually dance and go for a kiss?
If there's chemistry.
And do you get their number after you do kiss?
If it's a good kiss.
How interesting. What a man.
I'm going to write this down.
If it's a good kiss.
Yeah.
If you feel like chemistry in the
right.
kiss. Okay. Yeah, but I just met you. I thought you were crazy. I'm like, what are you talking about? Well, I think that before I became intentional, I probably would have kissed you. But now I'm like, I don't know you. Like, bye. And so you still got my number.
Yeah.
And you still called me, even though I didn't kiss you.
Mm-hmm.
That made me feel like you were like not just looking for a hookup.
Right.
Is that right?
Maybe.
No, yes. You were looking for a freaking hookup. You guys, this is our last anniversary. You're so cute. I love having you on this.
That's fine.
You guys, let us know what you thought in the YouTube comments. If you're listening on Spotify, leave us a review. Let us know. You can actually comment on Spotify. Hey, we love Will. Bring him on more and you want to ask questions to him, let us know. I loved having you here. I think this is such gold for everyone listening. Thank you, Teddy.
Can't wait to celebrate 17 years.
Oh, you guys, I know. We're going to our favorite hotel here in Tenerife. It's really romantic. It's beautiful. This is the gold also you guys should keep in mind. Will and I are so obsessed with each other because we're each other's priority. Like, we always show up for each other. We have 2 kids, 2 dogs. Our life is crazy. And we still always make sure to, like,
Date night.
Yeah, go ahead. Date night, trips. Like, we keep that spark, crazy love, romance alive, And so I know that there are people out there that are in relationships. And so, like, you have to be lit up. You got to be lit up about each other. And you both have to be, like, making that effort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be crazy love or nothing.
Thanks, Teddy. I love you. No, you're doing it in Bobby's voice, aren't you? It has to be crazy love or nothing. Babe, this is like, everyone's going to be like, don't bring him on ever again. I feel like, can this show get canceled? I feel like this
I think you just did.
Thank you for listening, guys. I really hope that you have an amazing holiday season. This is not me abandoning you. I'll keep giving you episodes for sure. Teddy, anything else you want to leave the people with?
Nope.
Did you enjoy this? Did you have fun?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, I love you, Teddy. Thank you for
Happy
being
holidays, Happy New Year.
here. Okay, and remember, it has to be crazy love or nothing. Until next time, thank you.